it's showtime. We are live at 1:30 here in the afternoon in Alberta, and it is Monday Motivation. So I'm going to share with you a little bit of stuff that will hopefully motivate you and hopefully motivate me as well. I'm suffering right now with a little bit of anxiety over all of this that's going on with all of this COVID and being isolated and all that stuff. If you're jumping in here, please let StreamYard in the thing above there know who you are, and then I can see who I'm chatting with. So if we have not met before, my name is Heather. Oh, I forgot to change the thing, sorry. I have my hubby in there as well. Oh, but he's not here, so I forgot to change it. If you're jumping in, please let me know where you're coming in from, say hello, and I will give you a shout out. And if you're coming in here after the fact, put in replay and I will give you a shout out after the video is done, after our live video is done. So like I said, my name's Heather, and I'm suffering a little bit with all this anxiety from all this isolation. I've been in my house and have not left my house since the 20th of March. I went out just for a brief moment on Saturday just to get my swab done of my nose to make sure that I am not contagious and don't have COVID. Hello, Lorena. Thank you for jumping on there, girlfriend. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully you guys can share some ideas and some suggestions of what you guys are trying to do to stay busy in this this time of scary time that we're going through. Like I said, I'm suffering with this anxiety and stuff, waiting to hear results from my swab that was taken on Saturday. So that could take 5 to 7 days, or possibly at the longest, before I'll find out. And then I have booked holidays because our daughter was supposed to be getting married this Easter weekend. So that's been postponed, but I'm still going to take my holidays as they've already been approved, and just to maybe stay away from more people than I need to be seeing at the moment. Yeah, so I forgot to bring my water beside me. I'm rushing around here trying to make sure I could jump on here live with all you guys, and I got sidetracked and left my water in the bedroom. Anyway, anxiety. Are you feeling stuck in all this anxiety? Can you share with me some of the things that you are doing to try and move through all this uncertainty? I know a lot of people are doing puzzles. If they are trying to run out and find some puzzles, they're pretty hard to find. A lot of people are trying to interact with their family on Zoom or Skype or FaceTime, or even on here on Messenger chat, or in this platform is StreamYard that I'm talking to you in. People are trying to do that, at least to have a face-to-face with a person, so that we don't feel like we're all by ourselves. I suffer from panic attacks as well. I don't know if any of you guys suffer with that. Some of the things that I try and do when I am having a panic attack is try and snap my head out of that feeling. If I can predict that coming on, if I can feel the feeling coming on, I can sometimes distract myself by either doing 2 or 3 deep breaths and counting to 5 and holding them in there. That sometimes that can is enough to just stimulate your brain to snap out of it and think in a different way. What our brain tries to do is it's trying to protect us. So if you have been suffering from different situations, your brain knows, okay, I'm going to react to this in this way, in this certain way. So if we can just change that coding in our brain to think in a different way, then maybe we can not suffer with these panic attacks. It's something that I have to work on. I know other people have to work on their anxiety and panic attacks and such, and have different ways of doing it. Let me know. Give me a shout and let me know what you guys are using to move through panic attacks or anxiety, anything like that. If you see me looking down, I've just got a few notes here so that I stay on track. There's 2 parts to our brain, the subconscious and the conscious. So our body can feel us going into the fight or flight mode, which is our subconscious mind. And you start to sweat, your hands start to sweat, you start to maybe shake and shiver, and your breathing becomes rapider. So even just doing those deep breaths and using your whole lung space to take the deep breaths in is enough to trigger your brain to think in a different way, so that throwing it off on a different on a different path, because the subconscious is like running on autopilot. How many times have you ever driven to work and not even realized how you got there? And that is because you are running on autopilot. Your brain is off thinking about something else, and your body just takes over, and you drive the same route to work. And you don't even, when you get there, you don't even know what you've done or how you've gotten there, or if you've stopped at a red light, or if you've driven through the red light, or any of that stuff, which is kind of a scary thing. So trying to make ourselves be conscious and present in the moment, and take ourselves out of that autopilot is probably the better way to look at things. Your brain has to be altered so that it knows when not to go into the autopilot. Like I said, if your body feels yourself going into that fear mode or that anxiety mode, and your heart rate getting rapid, and your sweating of your hands and all that stuff, that's when your brain takes over and just does what it needs. Autopilot is what keeps you breathing through the night as well. That kind of stuff wakes you up when you have stopped breathing. If you're having apneic spells, which is people use CPAP machine to keep the airflow going through their throat, to keep their throat open, because when you have an apneic spell, it's when you stop breathing, and then your brain will wake you up and say, hey, you've stopped breathing and you need to wake up right now. So that's some of the things of anxiety that I've gone through. Like I said, the simple step is the deep breathing, and it's called the power of breath work. So you can practice that. That's what they do in meditation and in yoga, and trying to find your, what they call Zen or whatever, your inner self, your inner spirit, is to do it with your deep breathing and closing your eyes and being conscious about what your body is doing and what your body is feeling, and becoming in touch with all of that. What else did I have here? Oh, okay, now I've lost my train of thought. Conscious brain, unconscious, subconscious, yeah, things like that. Another thing that has got me a little off track is some things that happened over the weekend, and to a mentor of mine, and in some of our groups that I'm in, and people were calling her out and saying that she was doing things that they didn't agree with. It really upset me. Why do people say things that they would never, on the computer or in chat or whatever, that they would never say to anyone to their face? We have to become a bigger person, and we have to become an adult and know that this is childish behavior. You don't own anybody. Even if you're in a relationship with somebody, you can't change them to do everything that you want to do throughout the day. They still have their own person, their own being. Maybe you see things that need to be done, and that other person that isn't a member of your family or a spouse sees it in a different way, and they don't want to do what you believe should be done on your timeline, because they have their own timeline in their head. So you need to learn how to communicate with each other. You need to validate that other person's feelings. You need to move through conversation with them and let them know what is triggering you, by what is unconscious or conscious behavior that you're having towards some of the things that they're doing. And try not to snap on everybody about the least little thing right now, because everybody's on edge about everything that is going on. Like I said, engage with people that you can through some social media platform, whichever one you choose, just to stay connected with people. So I hope that gives you some positive encouragement today. I hope that you can share some of your ideas of what you do when you are feeling a little bit crazy and out of it. Please take some time for yourself and do some self-care. Have a bubble bath. Get your spouse or partner to give you a massage, maybe a foot massage. Make a meal together and have a good conversation together with a glass of wine or something, if that's what you guys do in your household. Sit down and play a game with your kids, and take that time I think we've all had a reset here to take some time and really look at our lives and what we're doing and take the time to be with our families and make the best of every moment. So hopefully that provided you with some value. If you feel like passing this along, please do so to anyone that can take some value from it. Now my phone is ringing in the background, so I guess I should jump off here. And thanks everyone, and we will talk to you on Wednesday.